let's look back at the 3 areas of growth. So water, that's the soaking in, getting to know yourself. How well do you know yourself? Research shows that 95% of us think we know ourselves well, when in reality, according to a Harvard Business Review study, only 10 to 15% of people actually know themselves well. I thought I knew myself, but I now know myself better. It took some intention, some deliberate steps. I also like to think of weaknesses as challenges. Instead of the fact that I may be prone to being critical or I can be resentful, I think, okay, that's okay. That's who I am. That's all right. It's not bad. What I do with it is my responsibility. So the feeling of it is not a bad thing. It's what you do with it that makes the difference. And it's like, yes, I am like that. I'm naturally like that. That's okay. It can be okay. All right, so here are 10 ways to get to know yourself, and it is liberating. Self-reflection, mindfulness and meditation, exploring your interests, seeking feedback, personality assessments, we're going to go into those in a minute, exploring your values and beliefs, challenging yourself, reflecting on past experiences, self-care, therapy, or counseling. There are so many wonderful ways to get to know yourself, and let me really stress the fact that this is all about healthy self-love. This is not about ego or pride or taking it to an extreme. This is about really, as you love yourself, All right. I wanted to share with you more about personality assessments. These are my absolute favorite personality assessments. 16 personalities is very similar to Myers-Briggs. However, they'll tell you right on their website, we're not Myers-Briggs, and they're not. If you want to do the true Myers-Briggs, it'll cost you. I don't know how much. I did 16 personalities instead. And by the way, all of these that have an underline under them, you just add a .com. 16personalities.com. It was so fun. I love this assessment. Over 160 million people in the US alone have taken this test, and over 600 million throughout the world. Your Enneagram coach, if you know anything about the Enneagram, it's an ancient tool. It's 9 different personality types. This particular website does have a faith-based slant. So if that's for you, your enneagramcoach.com. I learned a lot about myself there. 5 love languages. You've heard about this probably, the book that was very popular, 20, 30 years ago. And this is such a good way to find out how you like to be loved. And if you have a partner, how they like to be loved. Millions have taken this test. Again, 5lovelanguages.com. Spiritual gifts test. If this is for you, I found out my top 3 and I was like, wow. It was really enlightening, very informative, and very, very interesting. It gives you your top 3 gifts. So if that's for you.com. Now, the emotional intelligence test I did about a year ago, that particular website is no longer with us, but I noticed there are several out there. So just Google emotional intelligence and you'll find one. I think quite a few are free. This last one, so much fun, animalandyou.com. I think there's 10 questions, and that, which seems like, how can you assess anything in 10 questions? But you end up being this certain animal, and the animal has all these traits, and it's just a lot of fun. So that would be one you could do. I learned a lot about myself through these different assessments, and it only helped me. So I'm encouraging you to do the same.